Welcome back to another edition of my channel, Wider Perspective, folks. So, this is on behalf of some of my fellas, some of my wholesome fellas. You know, you may be, to a lot of women, so good of a guy to the point where that seems to rub women the wrong way. You know, for some of you who may want me to elaborate more, you may be the type of guy who may be a hard-working guy who never ever gets into any trouble, never has been convicted of any felonies. You know, you're just an ordinary guy. And not only that, you are in church in some cases. You may serve the Lord to the best of your ability and do all you can to the best of your ability to abide by the Bible. And to the point where you may find it that much more harder to find a woman who you may be compatible with. Even on behalf of some of my guys that are heavily into the Bible, into God, and into the church. But anytime you, excuse me, because I kind of got choked just then. Anytime you may ever try to approach women at your very own church on behalf of so many, well, not so many, but some women who claim to want them such a Christian, so much of a Christian or church-going man, only to get approached by you, women that may be part of your church, and turn you down, or may wanting to friend zone you. And on behalf of my guys who happen to fit this description, who may have been part of a few relationships in the past, only for those women who you may have thought that you would hit it off with eventually to end up leaving you over a toxic guy. Well, look no further. I'm going to show you a woman, a TikTok creator, explaining from the horse's mouth not only how women, just as many women, are lonely nowadays than ever, but why some women refuse to be lonely, as she puts it. Listen to this, and I'll be right back to give some more of my 2 cents, so to speak.
Sweetheart, women are way more lonelier than men. This is why women stay in toxic, abusive relationships, because they're afraid to be alone. I will always use this photo as a reference photo. Like there is a woman who had a baby with this. Okay? Was in a relationship, cheated on her and everything, according to her. And I pulled this picture off of Twitter when someone went viral talking about post your baby daddy so we could fight him. And people in the comments were like, oh no, honey, delete this photo, because you let this get on top of you, put a baby up in you, and play in your face. Now, some of the jokes was like, can he cook? Did he gain weight after y'all got together? But no, like, women are way more lonely. That's why they share peen with the neighborhood. This is why they stay in relationships knowing that this dude ain't shit, will never amount to shit, will never be shit. This is why they will let a guy drive her car, have access to her bank account, live in her house rent-free, don't even contribute to the relationship. She's paying all of the bills, because women are way more lonely. And so they settle. Hence, their standards is in hell with the bar, because they're the ones who set the bar. Also, I've never seen a man come up on TikTok boo-hooing and crying, talking about they're turning 30 and they want some friends and they ain't got no friends. Do you know how many videos I've seen of women doing that? Oh, I lost count. But I've never seen a man be snotting, tearing up, talking about they don't have any friends and they wish they could have some friends because they're turning 30 and they don't want to spend their 30th birthday alone. So once again, that male loneliness epidemic bullshit is a lie. But the female loneliness epidemic, there's a lot of credence to that. There's a lot of facts and truth to that, because it's all over TikTok.
Now, after this content creator, Bohemian Diva 99, giving her perspective on not only how there are more lonely women than ever, but why so many women refuse to be lonely. And on behalf of how she said, that's why one of the main and biggest reasons why some refuse to get out of toxic relationships with toxic men. I would also say, judging from a male's point of view, this is one reason why some women like to hop from man to man, as some would say, from pogo stick to pogo stick, if you catch my drift, on behalf of a lot of my promiscuous women who just can't stay faithful to one man, who has to be intimate over and over with different men. Because some women are so promiscuous to the point where they may have a guy for every single day out of the whole month. Hell, every single day out of the whole week on top of that. Due to how a lot of them just can't cope when being alone, and they look at that being promiscuous as being able to feel that lonely / empty void in their lives. This is just coming from, once again, my point of view, a male's point of view. Anyways, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm out.